No? Alright.
No, dude.
Testing.
Such a piece of shit.
Testing. Nah, you're not going to delete it this time, are you? Get up here.
No, I can't be asked. I'm too far away now.
I will get my way. Every time. Every single time, I will.
Yeah, the word no is not in your vocabulary.
Huh?
No, stop.
Huh? Anyway, I've been trying to not drink beer weeknights. Because I thought, right, I drink a lot of beer. It's absolutely contributed to me putting weight back on.
Yeah.
But I've had pints every single night this week. Every night.
These pints are beautiful, dude.
They're the best.
That's the problem. Like, I've been doing the same, and then, like, I don't know.
I was going to bring us loads of White Claw, but I thought you'd probably be fucking raging.
I don't even know what that is. What is
If I bought you, like, alcoholic sparkling water, you'd be...
alcohol sparkling water?
Yeah.
Is that what White Claw is?
You ever had a hard seltzer?
Is it seltzer? I always call it a speltzer. A seltzer?
Oh, so you say it wrong. Yeah, it's a seltzer.
Because I don't know what it is, dude.
Yeah, it's like fizzy water.
But it's got alcohol in it. Fuck that, dude.
It's got like 35 calories in it.
Is that a lot?
No. That's the point.
I don't fucking know, dude.
That's the point.
Is it just watered down beer?
No, it's watered water. with alcohol.
No.
It's water. It's fizzy water.
It's watered water.
It's watered water.
With alcohol.
With booze and like a little bit of like raspberry.
Right, so it's not. We're not talking like WKD Blue. We're not
It's
Smirnoff Ice.
it's sophisticated drink for sophisticated people.
Why did I already know that's a lie?
Ah, bro, it's fine.
Like, I feel like bros drink it. Is it like a bro thing? Like, there's a shitload of it getting crushed up at Coachella right now.
It's pretty broy. It's fucking delicious though. The Bud Light one's my favourite.
Oh, of course it is, dude.
The passion fruit one, bruh, it's just like drinking juice. It's honestly just like drinking juice.
I mean, I'm talking shit about it, but I've never had it, and I'd probably really enjoy it.
The Bud Light one's so good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it tastes a lot like the thing it's supposed to. Like the raspberry White Claw tastes like fizzy water that someone did that like past the raspberry once. Like you don't taste the raspberry. It's just fizzy water.
Yeah.
It tastes like thirst. But I guess you pissed. Because it's the same strength as like a beer. Like,
Oh, for
so
real?
you're just like, necked. And
Oh,
then you're like, I'm fucked. They're class. They're really class. Maybe that's what we'll do next week. I'll bring some White Claws.
I'll fuck with that.
Or seltzers of some sort.
Or the one that you said is nice. Maybe not bring the one that you
I'll bring a
described as.
selection. We'll do a hard seltzer flight, and we'll taste a little bit of all of them. That sounds good.
I'm getting a bit of a...
Oh, it's a good nose.
Do you know what I'm getting? Pished.
I'm getting pished. Anyway, this is episode 56 of Dead End Friends podcast.
Yes, sir.
Podcast where two dudes who know nothing talk about everything. Well done for finding us. That means you found us on the things. We are on those things still, so you can continue to find us whenever you want to find us. Find us.
It gets worse every time you do it. It gets worse.
My name is Gary Gordon, and this is Craig Jemison.
Yep.
And we are really bad at doing that, actually. I forget about that bit every time.
We haven't said our names on this podcast for like 6 months. Easy 6 months. I used to even put it on the video and shit. I would have like a wee title come up when we said our names. It would have like our wee icon. You know how we've got like the avatars that Duncan did for us? So I would have like that come on the screen and then your name. But see, because we haven't been saying our name, it just hasn't.
You should
been
just
on
bring
the
it up
episode.
anyway, because people would like that.
What people?
What the fuck do I pay you for? This is so shit.
You pay me in fucking White Claw, whatever it's
White
called.
Claw.
And Speltzers.
Spells.
Well, Well, Gary, I know you have been like struggling to contain your excitement for like weeks and weeks and weeks, and you have had about 3 weeks to prepare. I'm gonna need a song. I'm
not prepared.
I'm gonna need it now.
You need it now?
I need it now. Because you know what's coming. I know what's coming.
Conspiracies.
Wow, dude. That was the best one you've ever done. Wow.
Short and sweet, to the point.
That's all we need, man. Well,
Chef kisses.
It is the return of... I'm not going to say everybody's favourite. It's the return of our favourite bit because it's always dumb and fun to do.
It's my favourite bit because you speak to me for an hour and I go, oh, fucking really?
Don't you contribute in any way. So it is the return of Dead End Conspiracies. Yo, baby. So this week, 2 weeks ago, we promised we were going to do one. And then last
we never
week,
did.
we didn't do it.
Sorry. I feel like that was on me.
That was on you.
That's fine.
You can take the full brunt of the blame.
Do you want to fight me?
Mm-hmm.
Come on then.
Oh,
Me, you, car park, bring a tool.
Any tool, just pick
Any
one.
tool.
Pick one
Let's
from your
go.
fucking bag of tools that you've got in the house. It's just like a plastic Tesco bag. That's what everyone's toolbox is, right?
I have a toolbox
Where do you have a toolbox in your house?
under my sink. I do. My mum and dad got me it for moving in.
We got you a toolbox.
Yeah, bro.
Oh my god, Harry. Like, can you buy me one? I have a plastic like IKEA box, and I just like throw everything in it. So it's just like
You gotta respect your tools.
screws and shit.
Oh, no.
I mean, like, it's like I can get to the hammer, and my screwdriver lives in a drawer. That's really the only two things that I ever use.
What else you using?
Yeah, I mean, I have so many fucking tools. Because I got, like when my granddad died, R.I.P., I got, like, all of his tools, but didn't get the toolbox. I just got the loose tools.
Maybe the toolbox was worth something.
Probably. It was probably, like, a fucking World War shit. It's like some fucking, like, weird Nazi Germany toolbox.
It's just got a Hitler on the front of it. It's like
Like, oh, no,
it's like a Transformers lunchbox, but it's just Hitler for tools.
Wow, dude.
Fuck the Führer. Anyway, that's not a conspiracy. That's just us being manly.
So, this week, after promising 2 weeks ago, we are doing the fucking beautiful and my favourite, probably, because it's close to home. Even though the last one was also close to home, but it was a bit
The last one
murderous.
was so close to home.
It was a bit murderous. I'm not going to say that's my favourite.
You get off on that.
Oh, yeah, Jeng. I didn't
You're
move here.
jizzing. You're jizzing to murder.
Like, do you think I didn't pick this area? Like, just down the street? I think it happened.
You just go down there at night and just stand and wank.
I just stand and watch. All the other people wanking.
You know, your true crime homie's like, alright boys, you get up.
We all shake hands at the end of it and everything, man. Nobody washes. Great.
Just sticky.
Oh, I'm so sweaty. Oh my god, just thinking about it. Anyway, we're doing the Loch Ness Monster.
Yeah.
Here we go. So I'll do a bit of like, I wrote some things. I'll just talk about a little bit about Loch Ness. I'm going to talk about some of the sightings. I'm going to talk about some, like, there's one story in particular that I find fucking hilarious that I had to put in here because it just cracked me up when I was reading it. So I'm just going to get right into it.
Here we go.
So Loch Ness is a large freshwater loch in the Scottish Highlands, extended for approximately 37 kilometres or 23 miles.
Do you know if you took all of the lakes and lochs in Scotland and England and Ireland and Wales and put it into Loch Ness, it still wouldn't be enough to fill it?
I had that written down, man.
Did you actually? I can't fucking see.
It also contains more water than all of the lakes in England and Wales combined.
Ah.
I wrote it better than you did, because mine was more to the point. You took too long. You
I
meandered
delivered
around.
it better though.
Nah. So it's approximately 23 miles southwest of Inverness. It takes its name from the River Ness, which flows from the north end. The River Ness is something that is to keep in mind when we start talking about the conspiracies and things that come with Loch Ness. Okay. It's one of a series of interconnected murky bodies of water in Scotland. Its water visibility is exceptionally low due to a high peat content in the surrounding soil. Again, something to always just like have in the back of your mind when you're talking about the sightings.
Nessie's a master of disguise.
Yeah, dude. Loch Ness is the second largest Scottish loch by surface area after Loch Lomond at 22 square miles, but due to its great depth, it is the largest by volume in the British Isles. Its deepest point is 230 metres deep. You could stack Big Ben in there twice and it still wouldn't break the surface. Fucking so scary.
Tell me there's not a fucking monster in that fucking body of water. Tell me there is not.
So scary. It also contains more water than all the lakes in England and Wales combined.
I already said that.
Now, the reason Loch Ness is so important in Scottish folklore is because of the monster said to lurk in its deep waters. As the loch is deeper than the North Sea and is very long and very, very narrow and has never been known to freeze, this is the perfect haven for something to live deep beneath the shallows.
Oh, damn. Damn.
I'm getting so stoked.
I'm getting juiced. I'm prejudiced.
Now, the Loch Ness Monster, affectionately known as Nessie, is a
Sweetheart
creature...
Nessie.
Is a creature in Scottish folklore that is said to inhabit Loch Ness. It is often described as large, long-necked, and with one or more humps protruding from the water.
That's how I describe you. That's so weird.
Just any time it's like, oh man,
Oh, he's long-necked with the lumps.
I've never actually met Craig before, man. Like, he seems so sound. Like, you would see him in the street, just fucking necks, humps. You're good.
Long-necked, you know.
Throughout Scottish history, there have been numerous sightings of Nessie. The earliest report of a monster in the vicinity of Loch Ness appears to be in the Life of St. Columba by, I'm going to fuck this guy's name up, by Admanan.
Maybe.
Written in the 6th century AD. So this is going back to like fucking year 666.
No, that would be the 5th. It'd be the 5th. Oh my god.
Because the Loch Ness monster is the devil. Thank you. Writing, according to I'm going to have to, Adomanan. Right, I'm going to stick with Adomanan, okay? Adomanan. Writing about a century after the events described, Irish monk St. Columba was staying in the land of the Picts with his companions when he encountered local residents burying a man by the River Ness. They explained that the man was swimming in the river when he was attacked by a water beast that mauled him and dragged him underwater despite their attempts to rescue him by boat. Columba sent a follower, Luigin Mokumin, to swim across the river. The beast approached him, but Columba made the sign of the cross and said, Go no further, do not touch the man, go back at once. Imagine that sight. You're talking
So, this is my thing, right? So this happened in the 6th century, which is what?
long
500 odd BC, AD,
Uh-huh.
right? So year 500 and something.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Let me get the date while you're talking.
So in my mind, right, I can imagine that really vividly. And do you know why I can imagine that really vividly?
Why?
Because I have television. I have different forms of media that puts across an image in my face.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what these homies had? Nothing. They could literally only talk about what was in front of them.
They were a very literal species.
Because they had to be, because their imagination wasn't filled with fucking
Instagram garbage.
lake monsters, you know?
Yeah. So this St. Columba story comes from the year 565.
Nuts.
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 So, a long ass time ago. Where was it?
My dad was born.
Don't. The creature stopped as if it had been pulled back with ropes and fled, and Columba's men and the Picts gave thanks for what they perceived as a miracle. Believers in the monster point to this story set in the River Ness rather than the loch itself as evidence for the creature's existence as early as the 6th century. Skeptics question the narrative's reliability, noting that water beast stories were extremely common in medieval another word I'm going to fuck up, hagiographies? Stories, in medieval stories, right?
You wrote this. You didn't have to write that word.
I know, man.
You did not have to write that word.
Just like right-click
You were just trying to
thesaurus.
show off. That's what's going on here.
And Adelmanan's tale probably recycles a common motif attached to a local landmark. According to skeptics, Adelmanan's story may be independent of the modern Loch Ness Monster legend and became attached to it by believers seeking to bolster their claims. Ronald Binns considers... I probably should have wrote in who fucking Ronald Binns is. Anyway, Ronald Binns considers that this is the most serious of various alleged early sightings of the monster, but all other claimed sightings before 1933 are dubious and do not prove a monster tradition before that date.
Do you know why I think it is like more important than most of the sightings?
Why?
Because it didn't happen in the loch.
Happened to the river.
Which shows you that Nessie is able to move around.
Yeah,
and
that's
do different bits.
That's one of the big, like, the massive things about the conspiracies is people are like, oh, but we've been like doing radar scans of the loch, like in The Simpsons they've drained it
it's
and
just
shit.
fucking woods all around it.
It's fucking huge.
So big.
And then also, like, people will say, like, a lot of the kind of conspiracies do say that is that if, as much as they've done scans of the loch, etc., you're not taking into account the fact that there's a fucking river coming out of it in the northeast as well. So you're not, like, that's always how they'd be like, oh, she managed to escape going up the river and shit. Convenient. Where was I? What the fuck, dude?
Christopher Kearney uses a specific.
Oh, thank you. Christopher Kearney uses a specific historical and cultural analysis of Adamnan to separate Adamnan's story about St. Columba from the modern myth of the Loch Ness Monster, but finds an earlier and culturally significant use of the Celtic water beast folklore along the way. In doing so, he also discredits any strong connection between kelpies or water horses and the modern media-augmented creation of the Loch Ness Monster. He also concludes that the story of the St. Columba may have been impacted by earlier Irish myths about the Coronach and an Ophiuchus, a serpent-like monster in Irish mythology and folklore. So basically this guy's just calling him out, being like, nah, you've heard all of these fucking crazy kelpie stories and these lake monster stories before you've come across this, and you just try to get your fucking 2 pence worth, bro. You just try to get on the hype, bro.
Don't blame him. He wants to get in on it.
But see, like, the Irish mythology stuff, it's so fucking scary, dude.
I bet
I started reading it and I was just like, oh goddamn, like, even the pictures and stuff, I was just like, nope. It's really freaking me out, dude. So that was like the kind of like the first report of any sighting or any possibility of Nessie
in 565 AD.
Like, you make such a good point though, just like, as much as it could be from like an Irish mythology and folklore, but to have that whole story like played out in your head.
That's the thing, like, of course stories are passed down through the centuries and stuff, you know, and already centuries have gone by this point.
Yeah.
Like, but these people didn't have anything to base that off of other than the truth.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's just crazy to me. I think these people are very literal. Like,
Yeah.
you see like books from the Bible, and they start talking about like fiery chariots in the sky being dragged by metal horses and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Like, but that's literally just a spaceship.
Yeah.
You know, like, but that all they know to like compare it to is a fiery chariot.
Yeah, and Jesus.
Yeah. It's mad.
It's mental. Absolutely mental. That's probably one that we need to think of too one time as well. So modern interest in the monster was sparked by a sighting on the 22nd of July 1933. So this is fucking well in the future now.
Well in the future.
When George Spicer and his wife saw a most extraordinary form of animal, in his own words.
Oh.
I mean, that's pretty front on. crossed the road in front of their car. They described the creature as having a large body, about 4 feet high and 25 feet long, and a long, wavy, narrow neck, slightly thicker than an elephant's trunk, and as long as the 10 to 12 foot width of the road.
Oh, that's how I describe you.
You can't keep doing that to me, man.
I've got one more time to do it.
I swear to God. But interestingly enough, this is one of the first times that Nessie is ever referred to as having a long neck. So this is when that image of Loch Ness starts. Is him comparing them to having a long ass neck.
Like a paleosaur.
And something I need to check to keep my brain right and thinking. So, in 1933, when this man claimed to have this sighting, so George Spicer, in 1933, is also
the original Spice Boy.
This is also happens to be the same year that the first King Kong film came out. And in King Kong, there is a monster with a long ass neck.
One of those long-necked monsters.
There. So they used an articulated skeleton of a brontosaurus to give an effect of a big ass long-necked monster.
Naked.
So a lot of the conspiracy theories around behind this is he was just so enamored by the film
He
King
went to the
Kong.
pictures and he was like, "Fucking, I'll tell you what."
I saw that cunt in the street.
No. No. And this is what I mean. The literal people of 565 AD didn't have King Kong. I mean, they might have. They might have had King Kong.
They might. That's the thing we don't know.
I don't fucking know.
They might have.
Maybe a
Oh,
big-ass
by the way,
monkey
did you see the fucking King Kong and Godzilla are coming to Warzone?
Stay on peace, please.
I'm so buzzing, dude. So buzzing. So there's a big like kind of like crushing this guy's story, just being like, yo, you were just a massive King Kong fan and you just wanted to be like enamored by it in your real life as well as in the film.
I get it.
I get it as well. Like we've all identified with characters in our time. Like, you can't tell me there wasn't like 14-year-old kids walking around in 2007 whenever the fucking Dark Knight came out, like licking their lips and shit, pretending to be the Joker. Do you know what I mean? Like, we all do it. This guy obviously just like identified with a brontosaurus and King Kong.
He's like, I feel this.
But the most insane thing to me is like, if this guy's been so enamored by this film and made up this fucking story about a big giant ass brontosaurus-like creature walking in front of him, but he is essentially the fucking groundbreaking point of Loch Ness as a long naked creature that lives in the water. Because like when you think of Loch Ness, it's synonymous with long ass neck poking out the water.
Yeah.
So it might just be this guy. I love that shit. I love that connection. It's so fucking funny, dude. Right, where am I? They saw no limbs. It lurched across the road toward the loch, the manner of a scenic railway. Ugh.
What?
Oh fuck no, I fucked that up. They saw no limbs. It lurched across the road toward the loch 20 yards away, is what I meant to say, leaving a trail of broken undergrowth in its wake. Spicer described it as the nearest approach to a dragon or prehistoric animal, dinosaur, that I have ever seen in my life, and as having a long neck which moved up and down in the manner of a scenic railway. It had an animal in its mouth and had a body that was fairly big with a high back, but if there were any feet, they must have been of the web kind. And as for a tail, I cannot say, as it moved so rapidly, and when we got to the spot, it had probably disappeared into the loch. I think it's a fat fucking cap in my mind, this guy's saying.
Yeah.
This guy's saying is a fat, like, he just loved King Kong. Like, everything he's saying here, like, the neatest approach to a dragon or prehistoric animal. He's basically saying, I saw a dinosaur.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what he's saying.
Fat cap. On August 4th, 1933, the Courier published a report of Spicer's sighting. This sighting triggered a massive amount of public interest and an uptick in alleged sightings, leading to the solidification of the actual name Loch Ness Monster. It has been claimed that sightings of the monster increased after a road was built along the loch in early 1933, bringing workers and tourists to the formerly isolated area. However, Binns has described this as the myth of the lonely loch, and and it was far from isolated before then, due to the construction of the Caledonian Canal. In the 1930s, the existing road by the side of the loch was given a serious upgrade. I don't believe his story.
I don't believe Spicer. Spicer can fuck off.
But that was one that really made the boom happen. Like, there was like so many sites. Like, before, between...
But it's because he gave such a big description of what he thought he saw. Mm-hmm. Like, if he just said, I seen a thing.
So between... Hang on. Between the first one we talked about with St. Columba to George Spicer, there was 3 other recorded sightings. Right. And it was just like, I think I saw this thing. I reportedly saw an object resembling a log moving slowly over the water. Like, they're all kind of bullshit. This was the first one that made like proper traction.
Right.
Of like, holy shit, what is this we've seen? Was that 2
in the same year? 3 in the same year?
Yeah, because it was like I was saying before, like, so many people were then claiming that they had seen something.
Yeah.
They all wanted in. Yeah, there was media attention. The papers were writing about it. Everybody wanted their fucking...
They all tried to sell, like, milk from their farms.
Exactly. They all wanted their fucking name in the paper.
Nessie milk. That's what it is.
That's so gross. Just fucking Nessie titty milk. Right, so... the most, like, famous, most viewed picture is... one of the biggest things that like blew everything out of the water.
It's the one photo.
So
everyone knows.
Exactly. As soon as you think of Loch Ness, the first picture that comes into your head is that grainy ass black and white picture of something poking out of the water. Mm-hmm. So this is known as the surgeon's photograph, and it's reportedly the first photo of the creature's head and neck. Supposedly taken by Robert Kenneth Wilson, a London gynecologist, it was published in the Daily Mail on the 21st of April 1934.
Did they have to put in that he was like a FUD doctor?
No, right. The interesting thing around this is he wasn't actually the person that like took it to the Daily Mail. So he had apparently taken this picture, right? And then he gave it to like his nephew. Because he didn't want to give it to the Daily Mail, because the Daily Mail would be like, he's a fanny doctor. We can't believe a word he says because it's 1934.
He's like, Uncle Bobby, take this to the papers. Like, no.
So Wilson's refusal to have his name associated with it led to it being known as the surgeon's photograph. According to Wilson, he was looking at the loch when he saw the monster, grabbed his camera and snapped 4 photos. Only 2 exposures came out clearly. The first reportedly shows a small head and back, and the second shows a similar head in a diving position. The first photo became the well-known photo, and the second attracted little publicity because of its blurriness. Like every UFO picture, like every sighting of fucking lake monsters. For 60 years, the photo was considered evidence of the monster's existence, although skeptics dismissed it as driftwood, an elephant, an otter, or a bird. The photo scale was controversial. It is often shown cropped, making the creature seem large and the ripples like waves, while the uncropped shot shows the other end of the loch and the monster in the centre. The ripples in the photo were found to fit the size and pattern of small ripples rather than large waves, photographed up close. Analysis of the original image fostered further doubt. In 1993, the makers of the Discovery Communications documentary Loch Ness Discovered analysed the uncropped image and found a white object visible in every version of the photo, implying that it was on the negative. It was believed to be the cause of the ripples, as if the object was being towed, although the possibility of a blemish on the negative could not be ruled out. An analysis of the full photograph indicated that the object was small, about 60 to 70 centimetres or 2 to 3 feet long.
It's a cardboard cutout.
We're just ripping all of this to shreds at this point. So since 1994, most agree that the photo was an elaborate hoax. It has been described as fake, and in a 7th of December 1975 Sunday Telegraph article that fell into obscurity. Details of how the photo was taken were published in the 1999 book Nessie, The Surgeon's Photograph Exposed, which contains a story of the 1975 Sunday Telegraph article. The creature was reportedly a toy submarine built by Christian Sperling, the son-in-law of, get this guy's name, Marmaduke Wetherell.
Oh, big Marmaduke Wetherell. All right, okay.
Wetherell had been publicly ridiculed by his employer, the Daily Mail, after he found Nessie footprints that turned out to be a hoax. To get revenge on the Mail, Wetherell perpetrated his hoax with co-conspirators Sperling, a sculpture specialist, Ian Wetherell, his son, who bought the material for the fake, and Maurice Chambers, an insurance agent.
Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable.
Fuck. Where was I? The toy submarine was bought by F.W. Woolworths, and its head and neck were made from wood putty. After testing it in a local pond, the group went to Loch Ness, where Ian Wetherell took the photos near the Altsach tea house, where they heard a water bailiff approaching. Duke Wetherell sank the model with his foot, and it is presumably still somewhere in Loch Ness.
Ah.
Chambers gave the photographic place to Wilson, a friend of his who enjoyed a good practical joke. Wilson brought the plates to Ogston's, an Inverness chemist, and gave them to George Morrison for development. He sold the first photo to the Daily Mail, who then announced that the monster had been photographed.
Oh my god. That's how easy it was. Nowadays, there's like an 18-week investigation.
Yeah, dude.
Into anything.
Little is known of the second photo, is often ignored by researchers who believe its quality too poor and its differences from the first photo too great to warrant analysis. It shows a head similar to the first photo, with a more turbulent wave pattern and possibly taken at a different time and location in the loch. Some believe it to be an earlier, cruder attempt at a hoax, and others consider it a picture of a diving bird or otter that Wilson mistook for the monster. According to Morrison, when the plates were developed, Wilson was uninterested in the second photo. He allowed Morrison to keep the negative, and the photo was rediscovered years later. When asked about the second photo by the Ness Information Service newsletter, Sperling was vague, thought it might have been a piece of wood they were trying out as a monster, but was not sure.
Enough.
So the surgeon's photograph is all fucking bullshit.
That's why you can't trust a fanny doctor. They just can't be trusted, man. You know what they're up to.
But my personal favourite story of an attempted sighting was in 1975. 4 firemen from Hemel Hempstead decided that the monster must be male, as all monsters usually are. Good old Hemel Hempstead in 1975. So they built a 309-foot long paper mache lady monster to attract Mr. Nessie.
Oh my god. I love the idea of these fucking firefighters just building something that they thought looked like Nessie but put tits on it.
It had false eyelashes, full makeup, and gave out a pre-recording mating call. Unfortunately, the mating call turned out to be that of a male walrus, so not surprisingly, it didn't tempt Nessie.
Oh.
It
That's a
didn't.
lot to unpackage.
It didn't help either when the lady monster got damaged when set afloat on the water. Her behind was flattened by the jetty when a sudden wind blew her sideways.
Oh,
The attempt was abandoned.
We've all been there, having our behinds flattened by a sudden wind. Oh, that's my issue, you know. Usually thick and juicy. But see, there's a sudden wind.
You're done for.
Flattened.
That shit. Oh. I love the image, like, because I have them in my head as like actual like fully decked out firefighters for some reason, because I'm
still
just
like fireman.
because I'm horny as shit all the time. I'm just like, hey yo, like just open the shirt, just fucking dressing up this thing with like fucking makeup and eyelashes and like big old biddies, and just like taking it out of the water. And what I'm just thinking is like, how the fuck did they get it there? It was fucking, what was it? No, I was trying to say how fucking long it was. 309 feet long. Like, that's
I don't know what that is in real
fucking
money. So
huge. Well, I'm 6'3". So times that by however many goes in a 309.
oh yeah, I'm gonna do that.
But that's so much. That's fucking huge. Just how did they cart that about? Just being like, yo,
Maybe in bits.
what's up, dude?
I think they did it in bits and then assembled when they got there.
That's and then it just like all get crushed in like a fucking second, and then that's it. That's like your entire life has just been ruined.
Done. Game over.
Everything you've ever worked up to, and it doesn't matter about your firefighting career. Doesn't matter about how many people you've saved. You fucking broke Miss Nessie's ass.
I hope they all got fired.
Nah, this was 1975. This was fucking good patter.
The boss was there. He was like, come on.
100%. It was all his idea. The chief, the boss. The chief, dude.
He was the one with the white hat. Is that right?
You watch his Fireman Sam,
man.
dude. That is like the only like relativity you have to firemen and firefighters is fucking fire.
I'm not watching that. That was real. I don't want that. I don't know Fireman Sam. They had Welsh accents, sounding like they were singing all the time.
Ponty Pandy.
Ponty Pandy.
Yeah, man, I still remember. I mean, I'm saying I still remember. Like, I'm sure Mac was watching it like fucking 2 days ago.
Was he watching the OG when it was like claymation? Oh, updated.
That's hard to watch.
No, it's not.
It's hard to watch.
Best.
It's like, it's so jagged and jarry. It's like watching old Postman Pat and shit. You're just like, oh, this is gross. I don't want to look at it.
Look at you getting snobby about fucking Postman Pat.
Postman Pat, but let me get into this right now. Postman Pat is a cunt.
Yeah, it's a cunt.
Postman Pat is the worst postman of all fucking time. How has one postman nearly lost 1 million packages and be left to keep his fucking job? Like, if you are a postie and you have to rely on a fucking helicopter to get your package delivered on time because you fucking left your van open and a goat stole the package, like, you do not deserve your job. Postman Pat is a dirty fuck. He's also definitely a Tory.
Oh my god.
Definitely a fucking Tory.
That was real fucking hatred.
I fucking hate Postman Pat.
Jesus Christ. You okay?
No.
Do you want to talk about it?
I'd rather watch Thomas the Tank Engine. Thomas is
Thomas did
fucking
no wrong.
sound. Thomas is sound as fuck.
Yeah, Thomas is well sound.
But I really hope this episode has destroyed everyone's hopes and dreams that the Loch Ness Monster is a thing. But all the evidence is bullshit.
So far. Go look yourself.
I still have that part of me that's like, but
Look, Nessie's definitely real. Look at the fucking size of the fucking thing. Look at the size of the loch. She's in there.
I mean, it's bigger than the North Sea.
I sat on the banks of Loch Ness.
Mm-hmm.
Looking. Didn't see it. Didn't go very far. We just sat there. But never saw it. Got it.
Her.
I believe.
Yeah, but I do. I know as much as you read all this stuff, you're still like, you just you bought into the wrong guy. Like,
exactly.
you bought into a guy
Fucking
called
Spice Boy.
You bought into a guy called fucking Marmaduke Wetherell.
There was a guy called Roy Binns.
Roy.
Is it Roy? Ronald.
I don't fucking care.
Roy Binns is what you buy off like the Looky men in Tenerife. Get some Roy Binns. Check out my Roy Binns, man. Fucking
Man, Roy Binns are fucking lit this time of year, dude. I'm fucking real,
my
dude.
Coochie sandals.
Man, the one of my favorite part has to be that George Spicer guy. Like, he definitely just loved that King Kong film.
Yeah.
And he was just like,
It
you.
was like the first
whole
fan fiction.
Let me see if I can actually find a picture of like the fucking the beast from King Kong. Oh, racist allegation? Here we go.
For what, King Kong?
For King Kong. Hold on. Yo. Wow.
Well.
It's just basically just like, yo, fucking King Kong is hella racist. King Kong. Fucking dinosaur. King Kong. No, not Dinosaur Stampede. No. Oh, no.
That's from the new one.
That's from the new one. No. I want fucking 1933. How many King Kong films are there?
There's been a lot of King Kong films.
Why?
Jack Black not in one.
He was. That one was fucking scary as shit.
Come on. Sure.
Please. Please. Was it that? It's probably this thing here.
Yeah,
Look,
King Kong's fucking ragdoll.
Look, the thing that looks exactly like everybody's depiction of Loch Ness. Look at the fucking legs and everything.
Yeah.
Just go and look.
There is like the theories that like she was like a paleosaur.
Ah.
Which was like an amphibious dinosaur. Which had like a long neck, kinda, and it had fins and like the long body and tail.
Yo, how many fucking dinosaurs did King Kong fight in that film? Jesus Christ. There's a picture here of him fighting a T-Rex, and there's one of him here fighting a fucking...
Triceratops?
Yeah, a spiky one. And then there's one of them here fighting fucking Loch Ness. What the fuck? Maybe I should watch this film. It actually looks fucking fire.
1933 is gonna be so janky.
I know, I'm sitting here bitching about how fucking bad fucking Fireman Sam's gonna look, and then I'm gonna try and watch this.
It's a good time. It's a real good time. Wow.
Anyway, right.
It's
I'm
a
getting
great
I'm getting very
You're getting
distracted.
so distracted. That's
Pictures of
amazing.
King Kong, dude.
Let's talk about the playlist.
Dead End Jobs.
The Dead End Jams.
Dead End
playlist.
Jobs.
We've had the Dead End Conspiracies. We're moving into the bit that everyone loves.
Mm-hmm.
The only reason you come back
Yes,
is
sir.
to listen to us talk about our superior music taste.
Listen to us go, I really like this song.
So the first song that I put on is the new Alexis on Fire song, which I think came out yesterday or today. I can't remember.
Yeah.
It's called Reverse the Curse. And it's fucking naughty. It's so good. So good.
It's disgusting. Like we said this earlier on, it shouldn't work because it's so muddy.
And filthy sounding.
Ah.
It's fuzzy as fuck.
It just shouldn't work.
It's got big time stoner vibes.
Yeah, dude. It's definitely got a fucking, what are they called? A big fucking, not a piano. You know the
Organ?
one? I got an organ in there
Well, they
somewhere.
do have an organ player now.
Do they?
Yeah, that plays on stage with them.
Mm-mm.
It's pretty good.
Mm-mm.
I
What are you
watched
doing?
their set from
Are you Foo
Lollapalooza.
Fighters?
Yeah, good.
Where?
In Chile.
On the
It's
YouTubes?
on YouTube, aye.
I'm gonna find that.
It was
Excuse
really
me.
good. It was really, really good. And it works really well. I can't wait for this new album.
Yeah.
First full-length album in 13 years. Last time they brought out an album, I was still at school.
Oh.
Yeah, not to really bring the tone down, but I was still at school when Alexis on Fire brought out Old Crows.
We would have been 16, dude.
I left that year. Gotten.
That's
It's
so
just-
gross.
They really came into themselves, you know, and I think that's really cool. Like that they are making it happen again.
Yeah.
but in a way that makes sense to them, rather than just doing what they thought everyone wanted. They're now doing what they want, and that is sick.
Beautiful.
The next song I put on is The Chocolate Conquistadors by Bad Bad Not Good and MF Doom.
MF Doom.
It's just cool.
He always finds his way on here, man.
He does.
Conquistadors.
Excuse me. It's just really cool.
This was a GTA 5 song, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like they wrote it for GTA 5.
And
You okay there?
yeah, I need to hiccup, and I ate before I got here, and I'm backing up.
Yeah.
I'm having a bad time. Just a good song. Just a good song. I don't need to give you a reason. I don't owe you a fucking reason.
He speaks so much Spanish in that song, and I'm just like, I've got no idea what you're saying.
He might be speaking Spanish, or he might just be doing that MF Doom thing where he kind of speaks into his cheeks. Yeah.
Just like, what, bro?
Like,
what did you say?
When he does that verse on Dropout Boogie, like the Euro Drug song,
Yeah.
I am 100% certain he doesn't say words. And he speaks into his cheeks. Because there is that bit where he's like, what are you saying? Like, how fat did you get? How fat did you get that you're just speaking into your cheeks?
He can't
constantly?
actually move anymore because the mask is like, his face is pressed so much against the mask. He can't actually speak anymore.
Banging song though, so it is what it is. Next song I put on is by Redman. The song is called Tonight's Da Night.
Da Night. I don't listen to Redman, so I can't.
It's just
form
cool.
an opinion.
It's a cool song. If you like anything that Redman has ever done in life, you like Wu-Tang Clan, it's cool. Because it's cool.
Okay.
It's fine. You don't need to go into it anymore. I remember I used to always go Redman on Def Jam. Yeah, Fight for New York. Cool.
Yeah, he was so hard to beat.
Yeah, he was a motherfucker.
Fucking infuriated fuck out of me, man.
So cool. The next song I put on is Cheap Beer by Fiddler. What a banging song.
Fiddler.
What a fucking banging song.
So good.
This is a song about beer.
It is. No, it's a song about cheap beer.
And clink. It's fine.
Doesn't matter what I'm buying, I'm drinking it.
Yes.
Because it's beer.
It's beer. People need to write more songs like that. They just need to write songs that mean nothing. You know? Like, we got another song called Cocaine on this album.
Yeah. Cocaine running around in my brain. That's it. The whole fucking song.
The lyrics are fucking ridiculous to this song. Me and my friends in $100 Volvo, busting down the street while cruising Alvarado, getting fucked up on the 101, shooting our guns and having fun. 40 beers later in a line of speed, 8 ball of blow and a £1/2 of weed. Heading down the track to Mexico, fucked up on beer and staying gold. I drink cheap beer, so what? Fuck you.
How are you still alive?
How are you writing those lyrics and making it a banger? Like, that's what I want to know. I want to know how you did that. That's more impressive
just
than
try and
anything
do
else.
all of those drugs that they just did at the one time, and then drink cheap beer, and then maybe you'll be inspired.
Just sing into a microphone, see what you say. The last song that I put on is Disco Devil by Lee Scratch Perry. I've been listening to a lot of him in the house.
Yeah?
One album, mainly. And it's like Disco Devil Volume 5 or whatever it is. Some fucking wanky record that I found in a vintage shop. And I was like, it wasn't long after he died. And I was just like, it'd be cool just to have like one.
Yeah.
Lee Scratch Perry.
Yeah.
But then it's like an album that I just put on because I'm like, I'm chilling.
Yeah, I just want music.
You know? So if you want 7 minutes of like reggae dub, that's it.
Yeah.
There's that one song. Like, it's class. I don't know what it is about it. Like, it's a music style that never really did anything for me in the slightest. Yeah. You know, like people put on like Bob Marley and the Wailers, and I'm like, yeah, whatever. Yeah. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's not bad music.
But a lot of white people putting Bob Marley on, you're like, you don't, like, you're just putting that on because you
it's like
feel like you have to.
Like, whatever.
So, you're white, dude.
It's a good wee album. It's a good album. You can chill to. But I'll pass this over to you.
Thanks, man. Don't even remember what I put on. I put on "Wait a Minute" by Willow Smith. It's a fucking banger, by the way. It's an absolute banger. It's just a pop groove. Willow Smith has a very nice voice.
She does.
The chords on it are fucking beautiful, dude. Like, starts off with like a really nice, like, simple chord progression that just plays through the whole song, and it's just, they're fucking really nice chords. And I just immediately, as soon as I heard them, I was like, huh? I need to learn those because that's real nice. I mean, the song's like fucking 5 years old, or might even be more, but it's a fucking banger. Wait a minute. Anyway, then I put on "Heart to Heart" by Fiddlehead. I don't think I've put any Fiddlehead on here.
No, but they bang.
They bang, dude. I love that thing about, like, when you see people, humans, when they've been in like a really heavy band, like a really hardcore band, a really metal band, and then they start something that's like a little bit softer, it's a little bit nice, like a little bit
wearing button-down shirts.
Yeah, it is. So it's like, what's the guy's name?
Pat Flynn. He
was in Have Heart.
Yes.
I'm strange as fuck. In Have Heart, just screaming his fucking lungs out, and then he's now in Fiddlehead with guys from Basement.
Yeah.
Correct? I think the guitar is from Basement. And it's just like really nice, like, I mean, it's very rocky. And roll.
Fuzzy,
dude.
rock forward.
Yeah.
That's cool.
But I love that kind of shit where it's just like your entire life has been like fucking going tonto, screaming your head off about.
Now you can just take a beat.
And just like, I just want to write like grown up shit. I think that's just what it is.
Because from experience, it's really hard to write about grown ass shit when you're screaming. Because it doesn't feel right. Like, this is juvenile.
There's no teenage angst anymore.
Yeah, I'm just like, fucking taxes.
I've actually tried, like, there was other bands that I was like had in my head. I've done this. I mean, like, one that obviously jumps out is Oceano or Oceana. Max crying. Oceana.
Yeah.
They ended up doing the Polly Enzo stuff, so they went from like pretty fucking like heavy stuff into like the nicest little like southern soft rock shit that they do now.
That's cool.
It just went like the weirdest fucking juxtaposition. The next song I put on is the new Citizen song. It's called Bash Out, and it's just a banger. Like, everybody is a big Citizen fan when it comes to that one album.
It's the only album I like.
What's it called?
Youth.
I have listened to it once.
I think it's great.
See, everything after that album, I think it's fucking phenomenal.
There's a song you put on the Vibes playlist that's really fucking good. I think it's Citizen.
In the middle of it all. In the middle of it all.
That song's so good.
That whole album is amazing.
Never listened to it.
I've told you so many goddamn times.
Yeah, but if I type in Citizen to go listen to that album, Youth comes up first. So I just listen to that because I know I'm not going to be disappointed.
Listen, the album As You Please by Citizen is a fucking masterpiece. Like, the drums on it, like, I don't know who, I think it might have been Will Yip that actually recorded that album, but nice. See the drum production and the sound from that kit is fucking mind blowing. I actually remember texting Sam, and I never text Sam about like drum things, and I text him being like, you need to listen to this album because of the drum production. It's fucking phenomenal. As You Please, that album, amazing. And then the song that they put on, this new one, is also good.
The one I'm also talking about.
Like, this only came out like 2 or 3 days ago, but it's a fucking banger. The next song I put on is by your favourite band, Turnstile. But it has a story behind it. It has a story, right? So it's a song called Fuck Me Blind, right?
Oh, fuck off, dude.
But it's not a Turnstile song. It's a cover of, I can't remember who. I will find out before the end of the show. But, right, the story is a fucking banger. It's a great song. So good. Really cool drums and stuff. Anyway, I was buying my car. So this was like 4 years ago, right? I was buying my car. And while I was in the car, and the guy who was selling it to me was like showing me how everything works.
Mm-hmm.
He was showing me all the electronics with the car. And he showed me how to connect my phone to the sound system in the car.
Uh-oh. Oh, yeah.
The last song that I happened to be listening to when I connected my phone was called Fuck Me Blind. So as soon as I connected my phone to the Bluetooth, it just came up Fuck Me Blind across the screen of the radio.
I'm so itchy now because I'm awkward feeling.
So bless him, the fucking bald guy, I can't remember his name, that sold me the car, just went, oh, right, that's what you're into.
Fuck me. Blind.
I need to find out who it was that actually wrote that song.
Yeah, just go to search.
And in the last song, Fuck Me Pumps, give.
The ones with the sunflower.
Yes.
Okay.
So it's their song, and it turns out that a cover of it. Both bang. And the last song I put on is False Alarm by the Bronx, because we love the Bronx.
We do love the Bronx.
Gary has explained countless times about how they are the coolest band in the entire world, and I have never once disagreed with them because...
And it's because they just don't care.
It's all good for like 20 years at this point.
If you want your band to be good, stop caring. I know that sounds shitty, but it's the truth.
Yeah, from like day one though. Like that's from their first album. From day one, they've just not given a shit, and they've just done their own thing. Just lived within their own little fucking world, writing their own music that they want to write and feel good about. And they've done that for their entire career.
Also, if you're going to write albums, just call them numbers. That makes so much sense.
It's so confusing. I fucking hate it, man.
How's it confusing? It's 1, 2,
the
3,
Bronx.
4, 5.
But when you go on Spotify, it's not, because 2 doesn't have a number. It's just called the Bronx.
Yeah, they fucked that.
They fucked that up, bro. And also, it's not numbers. It's Roman fucking numerals. Who knows fucking Roman numerals, dude?
Me up to 20.
Stop pretending. Stop pretending that you know Roman numerals. Nobody fucking knows. It's 2022. We don't know Latin. We like don't know Roman numerals.
MML XX.
No.
II. What's that? 2022? Is that the fucking thing?
I don't fucking know, dude.
I'm pretty sure that's right.
I don't know. I know. I, double I, triple I. That's 1, 2, 3. I know that.
That is 1, 2, 3. So that's Roman numerals. You know that.
That's it though. Anything beyond that, don't give a shit.
Roman.
Don't give a shit.
Oh, so close. MMXXII.
No, it's 2022.
Yeah, that's what it says.
No, it says no.
That's my Roman homies.
Nah. 2022.
Do you know in Rome they still use those numbers?
No, they don't.
Yeah, they do.
They don't.
They do?
Because it's 2022. Why would they do that?
Because they're Roman. It's their numerals.
Don't want to do it.
It's their numerals.
Don't give a shit.
Don't go to Rome.
Don't plan on it. Fuck the Colosseum, dude.
Fuck you. Anyway. Episode 56 of Dead End Friends. Thank you for listening. Go find Nessie. Take a picture. Make sure it's not a submarine.
Take the picture and send it to us. Don't send it to the Daily Mail.
We want to send it to the Daily Mail so we make bank. Fuck you.
Dude. If you're a gynecologist especially, we'll keep you safe.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Ronald Binns.
Fuck you. What was his name? What was the other fucking stupid ass name?
George Spicer.
Nah, not Spicer. What was the other guy? I'm never gonna find it.
Oh, big fucking Marmaduke.
Marmaduke. Oh, who's called Marmaduke though? That's not real.
Yeah, fuck off. Bye. We love you.
Bye. I love you.